Hello, welcome to IH Talks. I'm Estelle Hélouin from IH World. Today we're talking about dialogic reflection on critical moments with Richard Chinn. The general subject of this talk is teacher training and CPD.
So my name is Richard Chinn, and it's really nice to be here. I work at International House London.
Thank you, Richard. So tell us, why should we be talking about dialogic reflection on critical moments?
Well, for me, I think, and I'm sure you'd agree, Estelle, a lot of my learning as a teacher and a teacher trainer has been through the conversations that I have with teachers in the staff room. Those kind of professional conversations that you have that are not necessarily planned, but where you really find out what's going on in someone else's classroom. So the book that Danny and I have written recently is called Working with Emergent Language. And in the book, what we start with is an introduction to what emergent language is and how to work with it. And then we give teachers activities that they can use to examine their practice. And some of those activities are what we call dialogic activities, where they have prompt questions that get the teachers to think about what they do in class. One of the things that one of the tasks that is in the book focuses on critical incidents. So a critical incident is something that's challenging or interesting, something that happens in the lesson that the teacher then reflects on and learns from. Yeah, it raises awareness of something, or it might create a puzzle for the teacher to explore in future lessons. So what I did last year was we had a new CPD initiative at IH where we're trying to get grassroots teacher development happening, where teachers are in charge of their own things that they want to experiment with. And some of the teachers wanted to experiment with exploring emergent language in their classes, and two of them paired up and became critical friends. And then the others newer teachers in the staff room were listening to their conversations and wanted to be involved. So this developed into a teachers meeting. So I provided them with some tasks and prompts to explore, like using stimulated recall to look at specific moments of emergent language in their lessons. And then through that, they were able to bring up some really interesting things. With the newer teachers, they're very much exploring what their identity is as a teacher. Thinking about what kind of language should I teach, in class, what's appropriate. So they were really exploring, what they do and their practice in class. And that was really interesting, actually. I think, it was for me as a teacher educator, it was kind of gold dust listening to, what these teachers have been doing off their own bat. And I was just there on the sidelines supporting if they needed a few prompts and to check a few ideas.
I think that's fascinating because basically what happened is you responded to their emerging needs as well. So you were applying to CPD what you were developing in language teaching as well, with emergent language, with a focus on emergent language.
Absolutely. And I think the idea is, and we worked together still for many years, International House London. And what was really exciting about it when I got there, and things change when you move into different positions, but it was the conversations that we had in the staff room. And I think it was, really exciting that people were trying things out and finding out what other people are doing in their lessons. So I think, if you can create that community of practice, it's got real benefits for an organization. The ripples, go out, and the quality of teaching goes up as a result, because you've got a community of practice where people are expected to and encouraged to share with each other.
Absolutely, and it works so much better when they actually lead the topic or the subject of the research or the dialogues that they're having. So how in practice did you
Absolutely.
manage
I
to?
think it's just so important it comes from the teacher. Sorry. I think it's really
No, no,
important that
no,
it comes
no.
from the teacher as well, as you say. Yeah. Sorry, I
Absolutely.
interrupted you.
No, no, not at all, not at all. We're having a dialogical interview. How did you manage to capture what came out of these dialogues and of this experience from the teachers?
Well, I noticed that some of the teachers were interested in emergent language, and Danny and I had just written the book. So we gave them some of the activities and said, do you want to try any of these dialogic activities out? Which were things like exploring their beliefs about when to correct what to correct and when to intervene, when not to intervene. And then, exploring a critical incident by taking a specific moment in class where something's happened and examining it and thinking about, what did the learner say? As a result, what did the teacher do? And what was the choice behind it? Because I think if we explore those choices behind, the decisions we make in class, it makes us much more aware of the other possibilities that there are as well. So, I invited some of the teachers to try it, and 2 of them got on board with it. And then that kind of spread out in the staff room in a very organic way, really. So I didn't really do much. I just was there if they wanted to ask any questions and to give them the prompts and a little bit of direction when they had some questions.
Pretty much as what we do in the classroom, really, being there is facilitating
Absolutely.
the development. So if I can summarize, what you find is very effective is for teachers to explore critical moments in the classroom and compare how they can react to it, and give them an opportunity to reflect on this, but by talking with each other's.
Absolutely. I think that's, it's just that vibe you want to get in the staff room where everyone's interested in what they're doing, and I think we experienced that at IH London, nearly 15 years ago now. So it's nice to see it happening still.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Richard. And that concludes our talk for today. Bye.
Thanks very much, Estelle.